You have been Isekai-ed. Isn't that great? Except when you look around you, you see those who summoned you are horrified. Apparently they are the subhuman resistance group of elves, dwarves, and beastkins who tried to summon a hero from another world to defeat the evil tyrant human emperor. The elf stared at the summoning circle. At the figure in strange clothing gathering his thoughts and studying his surroundings, by the goddesses. Does the spell always bring humans? She glanced at her companions. Does anyone have records of the previous castings? The dwarf glanced over at her, then at the others, a dark, disheveled lot, who had struggled to acquire the materials needed for this spell. The first time, we wanted someone who could defeat the Demon King. We got someone who defeated the Demon King. This time, we wanted someone who could defeat the Emperor. Is this like one of those twisting of wishes things the Emperor told us about, when he was still on our side? Grants us our wish, but in a way we will regret after? Is the Emperor our punishment for not killing the demon ourselves? The room went silent. The figure in his strange clothing, a white shirt with unknown markings, pants affixed by buttons and zipper, seemingly similar to the brown versions the Emperor had worn when he arrived long ago, seemed to have gathered himself, and was looking at them, curiously. He seemed especially curious about the woman with cat-like ears, studying her closely. The Emperor had told them, long ago, his world had no such creatures. A beastkin woman stepped forward. That's absurd. If we'd slain the Emperor, or just sent him back home after the Demon King was slain, none of this would have happened. The group seemed to focus on her words for a moment. They looked at each other. A silent agreement was reached. This time, they would be ready. The elf was the most human-looking one among the group. She took a deep breath. Hero. We have called out to the universe in our moment of need. Decades ago, our world was being invaded by a vile demon lord. He crushed humans, elves, dwarves, all peoples beneath him, enslaving us and marching across the land. We begged for someone who could stop him, and called out. And he arrived. He had just killed himself in your world, and now he awoke here, in ours, and while he managed to gather an army and kill the demon lord, he has since become a monster, imprisoning our people in death camps, working to conquer the world for himself. She took a deep breath. I know it is much to ask, and you may not trust us, not being of your own kind. But would you please help us kill Emperor Hitler? I promise we can provide proof of his evil. The human was following along with her words with a mix of distrust and amusement. When she came to her final question, he froze. He stared at her for a moment, hands clenched. What? Could you say that again, for me?